Sometimes life's problems can be too much. When you need a helping hand or a friend to talk to, Serena is there whenever or wherever you need her. Follow the link in the description for your free trial.
25F, 26M. Boyfriend quit his job and is not looking for a new one. I'm getting desperate. We've been together for 5 years and living together for 3 years in my apartment. He's caring, thoughtful and more loving than I ever hoped someone would be with me. For the past 2 years he's been at his first job and resented it. This job took a stroll on his mental health and it led him to develop depression and be unmotivated in finding a new one. One day in August he called me to tell me he quit his job, which I am not going to lie, made me feel a little sad because he hasn't consulted me before, but I supported his decision because I knew that job was sucking the life out of him. He was also eager on having more time for finding a new better job. Forward to now, he has been jobless for almost 3 months and has not applied to a single new job yet. Generally, he's even more depressed now than before. He does basic house chores and spends most of his day on Reddit. His savings have dried up, so I support us now. Still, my full-time and part-time jobs added are honestly not enough for both of us to live comfortably. Issue is, there had been a few job opportunities in his field that I found and shared with him these months. He was excited for a moment and said he would apply but never did. He also doesn't want to involve me in his inexisting process of finding a job or talk to me about his issues. He is extremely sad and I tried everything in the book to make him feel better. Be supportive, take him on walks, comfort him, even be naggy at times. Nothing works. I offered to pay for therapy but he didn't accept. I don't know how to help him and while I hate myself for it, I am becoming resentful too. I am tired all the time from my jobs and seeing him doing nothing to help out our situation financially is starting to get to me. I don't know what to do to and how to help him. Sounds like time for a serious, come to Jesus discussion. There's no reason you should be killing yourself supporting both of you when he is doing nothing to help around the house, to find himself a new job, or to work on his mental health. He has to do something because doing nothing clearly isn't working and he's actually getting worse. If he cannot rally to even make bare minimum effort, I'd say he needs to find someplace else to live until he sorts his shit out. Why would he get a job when you're willing to work 2 of them to pay for all of his stuff? Tell him he has a month to get a job or it's bye-bye. I assume he's not on the lease since you said it's your apartment. It's not your responsibility to help or fix him. He isn't a child. 29F, 30M. My boyfriend sent a cryptic text and now he won't respond to me and it's been a week. We've been together for about 8 months now and last time we talked was a week ago. Everything seemed fine and he sent a good night message on Messenger. I didn't reply as I had fallen asleep. Nothing unusual, this happens from time to time. But 4 hours after he said good night, he had also written to me saying that if you're not honest you lose the good ones. I asked him what he meant and when he woke up I could see that he had read my messages. I wrote and tried calling him throughout the day. The day after was the last time he has been online or logged on to Messenger. I know I'm not ignored or blocked as I've tested it out to see what it would look like. He hasn't deleted me as a friend on Facebook either. I've been calling his phone. About half of the time signals goes through and the other times I get directly to voicemail. So it doesn't look like he has blocked my phone number. I have been out of town but got back yesterday and I can see he has been in my apartment. We had planned for him to pick some of his stuff up while I was away, so nothing strange, and he had my keys. It seems he just picked up his box and left my keys, nothing else is out of the ordinary. Today I noticed he had logged me out of his Netflix account we had been sharing. I had checked it regularly to see if he was watching anything, but it didn't look like he had watched anything this whole week. I realize it wouldn't give me any answer to see what he was watching, but I feel so desperate. This behavior is just so unreal, it's killing me not knowing what the F is going on. I've been trying to pick my brain of what it could be and I've talked with my friends if they have been in contact with him, but none have. Even if someone had said anything, like saying I cheated, which I haven't, I just can't understand why he won't talk to me to clear things up. What can be so horrible to find out that would make a person go NC like this? I can't imagine the relationship as salvageable, but I can't stop obsessing over this unknown factor. What can I do? Is there any way I can get him to speak to me? He lives about an hour drive away, but I don't have a car and public transportation would take 3 hours. Do I go there and start banging on his door? Appreciate all the advice I can get. Exclamation mark. It sounds like he thinks you lied to him about something and is now ghosting you. If you're not honest, you lose the good ones. Same thing happens if you make assumptions and/or don't talk about your concerns. Sounds like he assumes you are lying about something, and rather than actually talking with you about it, he's leaving the relationship. Probably so he can watch you twist in the wind trying to figure out what's going on with him. Don't give him the satisfaction. Send a direct, clear text. BF, it seems like something is going on. I've tried reaching out and it seems like I'm being ignored. I'm going to consider this as a breakup and move on. If I'm missing something here, please let me know, otherwise I wish you well. 27F, 28M. My boyfriend of a year is moving without me and didn't tell me. We have been living with my mom for the past few months and it has been really hard on our relationship and individually. My mom is a bit of a hoarder and this makes my boyfriend crazy, but also it makes him not participate in chores or dishes. I gladly do all the cooking, but his unhelpfulness over the last few months has been the main reason we fight. I have trouble working 40 hours and doing all the cooking and cleaning. I have a horrible temper and being at my mom's triggers my PTSD, so I have been struggling to control my emotions. Plus just being exhausted from having to be my boyfriend's full-time house servant really doesn't make it easier. I've had some really nasty days and he knows that this environment is toxic for me and not ideal. We would never have been here if it was not the only option. Well, in October we decided to start apartment hunting. No luck, the market is terrible and we don't make enough. Cue more fights. About a month ago he tells me he found a place. I'm excited and just want to get out. We work completely opposite schedules, so in order to expedite the process I said to him to just go see it himself and let me know. He comes back, tells me it's nice and we should go for it. I'm happy and say okay, go ahead with the application, and ask if I need to do one. He said no and I think it's weird, but okay, I trust him. And my credit sucks, so I figured this was better and I would just be added as a roommate. So as it turns out, he completely blindsided me and got the apartment all for himself with no intentions of me moving out with him. He keeps saying that I can move in eventually, but that wasn't part of our original plan. I'm so heartbroken, I feel like he broke my trust. He's saying I'm being dramatic and enforcing a narrative when I say I feel like I'm being abandoned. I want to break up and have said so many times, but he won't leave my mom's house and just keeps insisting it'll be fine. I'm not sure what to do. Too long did not read. Boyfriend is moving out without me even though we agreed to do it together, keeps saying nothing about relationship will change. He is slow playing the breakup because he is afraid to confront you head on. But please understand that this is the end of the relationship for him. Everybody telling you that this guy is no good. I read a completely different situation. You live in a hoarder house, you fight constantly, you've been trying to break up with him but he hasn't had a place to go. Now he has a place to go and you are acting surprised about it. He is playing you until the apartment is ready for him, then he will be out the door. I guess that he's biding his time until he moves into his new apartment. He doesn't want to break up now because he doesn't have anywhere to go in the meantime. Forget that. Dump him and tell him to get out. Let him go. Maybe it's time for a change. He's tired of the relationship. Plus you guys fight all the time and you say you have a bad temper. Moving in together would be a mistake. Living with your mom shows that it's a mistake. 25M, 26F, girlfriend got too drunk at a bachelorette party and cheated. Need advice. My girlfriend and I have been together for 8 months. We met through her younger sister, YS, that I am good friends with. Our relationship is currently long distance while she completes graduate school, 1.5 years left. Our relationship has been intense. I really do love her and she is what I would say completely head over heels for me. We see each other once or twice a month and talk every day. We are both really busy and almost never go out anymore. So to the story, girlfriend went on a bachelorette party for her older sister, OS, to a prominent party city about 2 months ago. She got too drunk and made a fool of herself and was kindly asked to leave a day early from the party, and so she did. She has some mental health issues and takes some medication that does not do well with alcohol. She has a habit of getting overly sloppy every once in a while and has almost quit drinking, going out when she is not with me after this event. I trusted her and believed she was just drunk and emotional, taking attention away from the bride. I did not pry even though I had a little suspicion and thought she wouldn't have remembered anyways. So over the Xmas break I met up with some old friends, one of which knows some girls who were on the bachelorette party. He confronted me and said that he heard that a couple of the girls on the trip cheated, one of them being my girlfriend. This story had about 4 degrees of separation from the original source, and he did not have any answers to questions I asked, nor can I ask the girl this rumor came from. I am now suspicious and go through my girlfriend's phone while she is asleep. I find a screenshot from a conversation with OS saying, "You cheated on your boyfriend and left all night for other guys, then sat there and cried." Then would go on to say some unrelated drunkenness that also prompted her to leave. I also found a screenshot of conversation with YS, who said she has to tell me and be honest. She deleted conversations with OS and YS but did not delete conversations with her best friend, where I found these screenshots. What's important from that conversation is that best friend is trying to convince my girlfriend to not tell me. It has been 2 months since this incident and I just found out. She has not told me about, nor have I confronted her yet. I am not sure what OS defines as cheating, as she was at a large club all night and she called me on her way back to the Airbnb crying. I do not know if it was just her kissing random guys or intercourse, however it is cheating nonetheless. I am just very confused right now and going through mental gymnastics. 1. Is this forgivable? She was extremely intoxicated and has since cut back as previously discussed, or is the once a cheater always a cheater a concrete statement? She seemed very remorseful in the texts I read, but she has been keeping this secret. 2. I want to confront her but not sure how or when. I want to give her an opportunity to come clean before I present the evidence. We are currently on a trip together that I got her for Xmas, not sure if I want to wait after the trip. Thank you to anyone who helps. I am in a rough place right now and am trying to keep my cool. Too long did not read. My girlfriend got extremely intoxicated at a bachelorette party and cheated, not sure to the extent, i.e. kiss, sex. She does not know that I am aware. I need help knowing how to confront her and if this is forgivable. Edit. Thanks all for the advice, just some clarifications. 1. It is not a consistent problem. She has only gone out and gotten drunk like this a handful of times, not since this occurred though. I have asked her to go out with me with friends but she refuses, claiming she is too old for it. 2. We've seen each other for Thanksgiving, a full week, my birthday, falls in between, and Christmas as of the 23rd. In her messages she said she wanted to tell me in person. 3. I actually realized I had a screenshot that I didn't read that said she kissed a guy and that was the extent of the cheating. It was a conversation with her best friend where she says she only kissed one guy but OS was saying she kissed 2. 4. I think what I am going to do is wait till after the trip and confront her. It will be tough but I already spent a lot of money on this and she is taking care of most of the expenses except the hotel and airfare. I may ask some questions like, would you tell me if you cheated on me? It wouldn't be completely out of character for me. Also, given she is in grad school, money is not the best for her and I don't think she could afford an earlier flight. I don't want to buy her a new one. I can't switch it. 5. I appreciate the people calling me out for being spineless, etc. I needed that because I am still in the denial part of grief at the moment. I can't say it's forgivable simply because she hasn't told you. If she truly regretted it, I think she would have by now. Stop making excuses for her shitty behavior. Yeah, she sounds awesome other than knowingly drinking massive quantities of alcohol even though she knows it doesn't play well with the medication she takes for being mentally ill, and then cheats on you, possibly with multiple guys, then lies about it by omission. Dude. Read that paragraph. The relationship should be over. She cheated and is continuing to lie about it. Stop making excuses for her behavior. Do you want to be with a person like this? You should just put all her stuff in a box, assuming you have anything, and tell her to kick rocks. You should break up with your cheating girlfriend. She was extremely intoxicated. Why are you making excuses for her behavior?